Hmm. That's curious, to say the least. Doesn't quite seem possible. A stairway down, perhaps? Yes. Hopefully they don't go outside, ever. And hopefully they fail to realize the lighthouse is out in time. Dainty Slode. Oh yes? Think so, eh? You both do.
Now ain't this a surprise?
Ah, sweet roll. I will help myself, thank you. Scimitar, what do you think you are, a pirate? Redguard made clothing as well. Honeycomb, yes please. Garlic, certainly. Juniper berries. Sure. Why not? Potatoes, of course. Ah, too many potatoes for me to carry, even. I do try so hard to take all the potatoes I can. Oh,
Might pay my bounty this time. Walk into the city of...
sure I could take that
Start keeping a knife.
those 2 wooden swords to
Tired
my
of getting
children.
disarmed. Kill him if he talks to me like that again. Get him by his secret. Poisonous meat. Tired Sunday. Get myself an island.
That suits me. Huh. Even more potatoes. Ridiculous. I'm going to the Bard's College. I will need this loot.
Time to end this little game.
Ah. Don't have much magic left. Going to have to regenerate a bit.
I'm
Right.
getting out of here.
Oh no! I can't jump over that table for some reason.
Victory or Sovngarde!
Can you reach me from down there? Oh.
Victory is yours! I submit!
Wealthy indeed. There's another voice from down here. Sure, I hear movement. Why am I looting this ship anyway? I mean, clearly it's full of pirates. But at the same time, what reason do I have to be in here? Oh.
Time to end this little game.
Why don't you sit in the corner over there? Mind your own business? Empty. Alright, here we are. Finally. Almost as though I have any measurable level of skill. It's tempting. Three copies of the same book. Wild. see. Poison back there. Ah. I was sure it would be a skill book of some kind. Unfortunately, it's not. Excellent. Ah. There we are. And... somehow I'm still carrying too much. This doesn't make any sense to me. Ah. As a matter of fact... Yes. Feel compelled to take this back. I feel like it was a skill book, and I wish to keep all of the books I learned something from, so I can pass them on. Other folk may wish to learn something from them in the future. I checked this already. Did. Well, time to get out of here. These pirates won't be plundering any shores anytime soon. Somehow I feel as though I've done a good deed. Lighthouse is still out. This saying that reminds me I've done a lesser good deed only moments before. Life is about balance, I suppose. At least that's what I'm going to tell myself, so I can sleep at night. I hear a Nernroot? We're too far away from the water, though. Oh. My kingdom for a horse. Be plain. I've been talking about it for days. Weeks even, possibly. But here I am, walking. What is this? Sewers?
Spiced wine for the winking fever.
Fresh off the boat. The freshest
Fresh
in
fish.
Skyrim.
Fresh fish.
Sure, Sorex. Just like you did.
Hey, wanna play tag? Papa says I won't see Rob here anymore. But he wouldn't tell me why not.
Think
hey,
so.
wanna play tag?
No, that's fine.
Come back if you want to play tag.
Okay.
I'm a little busy at the moment. I've got all sorts of errands to run.
Well,
The guy
makes
in
two of us now, doesn't it?
He didn't seem to
Doesn't it? I think you're so special. Because you have things to do. Well, I too
Wait, hear my plea.
do things.
My master, he is lost between worlds, and I cannot bring him back.
Are you blind?
Why does everyone ignore me? Why do you turn your heads? Why will no one help me?
I'm speaking to you right now.
My master has abandoned me, abandoned his people, and nothing I say can change his mind. Now he refuses to even see me. He says I interrupt his vacation. It's been so many years. Won't you please help? Oh, you just don't understand. Without him, I am not free. Without him, I am doomed. All of his empire shall fall into chaos.
I see.
Last I saw him, he was visiting a friend in the Blue Palace. But no one as mundane as a Jarl. No, no. Such people are below him.
Hello.
No, he went into the forbidden wing of the palace to speak with an old friend. Said it had been ages since they had last had tea.
Tea.
Oh, and you'll need the hip bone. It's very important. No entering Pelagius's wing without that.
Okay.
Until next time.
The Pelagius wing of the Blue Palace? Sure. Sure. I was certain the college was around here. Perhaps it's on the other side of that structure? Perhaps not. Perhaps it's here.
Dean Inga says a bard can never have enough practice. So, would you like a tune? I'm a bard, from the Bard's College here in Solitude. Wanderers like you should think about applying.
I am. I am thinking about it.
Thanks for taking the time. People never want to talk to me.
Can't imagine why. She seemed so cheery and light-hearted.
Welcome to the Bard's College. I'm the headmaster here. How may I help you?
I was just going to look around for any valuables and see if there was anything I could, sneak thief right out from under your nose, but since you're talking directly to my face...
Always a pleasure to meet a prospective bard.
Sure.
You should be aware that many apply, but we accept very few people.
Well,
When possible, we ask applicants to perform tasks the college needs completed. In this case, I do have a task befitting an aspiring bard.
sure.
Elisif has forbidden the burning of King Olaf, a festival put on by the Bard's College. We need to change her mind. To convince her, I want to read King Olaf's verse, a part of the Poetic Edda, the living history of Skyrim. Unfortunately, the verse was lost long ago.
Interesting.
Yes, according to Giraud, our history's keeper, the portion of the Edda dealing with King Olaf might still exist in Dead Man's Respite. I need you to retrieve the poem.
Okay.
Not much, to be honest. Their return was a shock to us all. Gerard Germain has some tomes about them in the library, if you're interested. Not much. But as a bard, I find the whole affair depressing.
Indeed.
There are no heroes in this war, no winners to be had, and no real conclusion. If you want something a bard can dig into, look to the dragons.
I see.
1,000 years from now, Skyrim will have changed rulers dozens of times. But the return of the dragons, that story is once in an era.
Interesting.
I think Giraud here would give you the best explanation of both it and the history of King Olaf's verse. You should speak to him about it.
Very well.
As you may be aware, Elisif's husband, High King Torrig, was recently killed.
I've heard.
Elisif mourns her husband deeply, and she feels that a festival that burns a king in effigy is distasteful. I
Okay.
tried to convince her the festival is many centuries old and celebrates solitude, but I need proof. I believe King Olaf's verse will provide that proof.
It's a long shot, but I'll give you a hand.
I wish you luck in finding the verse.
Very well.
Good to meet a prospective bard.
I have a delivery then.
Ah, yes. Adonato's new work. Shorter than I expected, but words must be judged on merit, not length. I'll look over this later. Why don't you take this for your trouble?
Cool. 500 gold. Thank you very much. I automatically like this place a little bit more.
He's sending you after King Olaf's verse, then. That's good. We shouldn't leave it lying around now that I figured out where it is. The verse was Svafnir's contribution to the Poetic Edda, the living history of Skyrim. Each bard adds to the Edda in his or her time.
I see.
And a very ancient one. The verse criticized the reigning King Olaf. He was so incensed the bard was put to death and all the copies burned. At least, that's what we thought until I translated some ancient texts a year or so ago. We now believe King Olaf buried the truth with the bard. If I'm right, Svafnir and King Olaf's verse lie in Dead Men's Respite, along with the burial chamber of King Olaf himself.
I see. Interesting.
Be careful. You might find more than just King Olaf's verse in Dead Man's Respite.
Well, I've probably dealt with anything I might find down there already. Almost certainly. Oh, just leave their doors open. And their coins just sitting out. And their chests unlocked. I was sure it'd be something I could learn from. But apparently not. No shortage of fine gold here. Fine clothes, I should say. No shortage of gold either, though. Well, that went well, I must say. Yes, I like this place more and more, all the time. Oh. Well. This place certainly paying dividends. That's for sure. Oh, 2 lutes. 3 lutes. 2 flutes. And at least 4 drums. Good grief. I'm sure he doesn't need all of these. This must be where the novices tend to sleep. I can only assume. Let's circle it. We'll sadly have to wait until another time when I'm less encumbered. Yes, go to sleep. Are you the chef around here? I can only assume that you are. I didn't learn anything about cooking from that book.
You look awful. Better not get me sick.
Well, I can't say you look much better, to be totally honest. I'm sure I know what you mean, though. Ah. Beautiful. Well, more to do. There certainly always seems to be more to do. No end for my life, the activities therein. Totally endless. However, not altogether boring. I'll give it that.